let's start things off with what you think is the trends and what is going to be the most important exams here in Azure certification right now.
Okay, so it's kind of an interesting, when you start to look at it, it's kind of an interesting scenario because I think you're seeing a resurfacing of certification I've been a Microsoft certified professional for over 20 years. I've been a Microsoft certified trainer for over 20 years. So you saw this big rise in the late 90s, and I think you're starting to see that resurfacing of the value of certification again. From that, my MCSE number is 5 digits. So I'm one of the quote unquote old guys when it comes to that that MCP number. But when we start to think about it, when you start to kind of track it all the way through, Azure certification, I think, has become valuable, probably more so than anything else, because it gives us a way to measure your knowledge at a point in time against a platform. If and I use Azure, it could be AWS, it could be Google, it could be Salesforce, it could be Dynamics. I don't care which one. But if you tell me that you took a test on October 12th, 2020, which is today, if you tell me you took a test today and you took and passed AZ 104, I know based off the criteria that you took the test off of what your level of knowledge retention might be, and I can then begin to use that as a reference level. So whether it's an employee coming in and being tasked with new opportunities, or whether it's a vendor that I'm trying to vet, or we're trying to be vetted as a vendor for a customer, if we say we've got someone who's certified in AZ 104 or has passed the AWS Solution Architect exam, we know what that level set is then, so that it's kind of a mutual playing ground. What I think a lot of the vendors have done and that is actually good. It's painful when you come at it from a certification point of view, but what I think it is I think it's good from a vendor point of view, is they've now set renewal windows on it. Whereas before, honestly, my MCSE is still good for Windows NT 4.0. That makes no sense. As the technologies are being refreshed, as the capabilities are being expanded, my AWS certification has been renewed twice. That's a good thing. My Azure certification has been renewed now twice. This is the second time I've renewed it. And the reason I think that it's valuable is it gives me a way to show that, hey, at this point in time, this is what my characteristics that I could deliver on, or I can speak to, or when I get in front of a technology team, here's what my capabilities are, and we can talk to. And that's to me, that's really the benefit of doing it that way. We see some pretty significant trends from, I'm say both from a requirement from vendors. If you want to be able to accomplish a higher level of partnership relationships with the major cloud vendors that are out there, you have to show that your company is invested in meeting that minimum standard. Again, it's that minimum standard, meeting that minimum standard with your staff. So you might have a requirement that you have 15 people that have passed a development or a systems engineering exam, or you've got 3 people or 4 people with an advanced certification related to security or networking or something like that. That in every case kind of fits into the new mold of what we're seeing in this resurgence, which is making sure that your skills, it's not just that you have a certification skill, but that your skills are current as well. And I think, honestly, I like it. It's painful. I wish it would be a 3-year window. I'm not going to lie. 2 years is a bit hard. It basically puts you on if you want to be able to have a breadth of knowledge across multiple clouds, it puts you on effectively every 6 months, you're now working towards the next cloud certification. So you have to really spend your time and target your time efficiently with that. So that's talked a lot. Does that kind of answer the?
Yeah, no, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, it's a sign of the times to a certain extent with our technology. I mean, we're dealing with the cloud, and the iterations there are so much more rapid than we saw when it was on premise.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And we're seeing those, and I'm just going to use AWS in this case. We're seeing that in the AWS certification space as well, because there used to be two certifications, SysOps, or excuse me, developer and architect. Now there's SysOps as associate level. There's pro architect and pro DevOps at the advanced level. And in addition to that, they have now 6 certifications that are specialized, whether it's networking security, function or serverless functions, Lambda functions. There's a lot of others that are in big data. Azure sees it as well. You see AI in Azure, you're seeing it in Google, you're seeing it in Kubernetes, you're seeing all these different things that are coming across. And now where does it fit? Where does it kind of tie in? So when I look at it from a hiring professional, I want to know where your skills are at. I want to know that you can meet that, and I want to know how do you manage your time to that renewal window, as much as I want to know, are you okay? I've got it and I don't have to know it ever again, or do I have it and I'm continuously improving my skills based off of the iteration, based off the application?
Thank you for watching Stratum's Cloud Interrupted. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like, and share this video.